I did the little credits intro because the idea of introducing myself or saying welcome to my channel, I couldn't do it. But welcome to potentially the most embarrassing thing I will ever do. I am doing this and putting myself out there on the YouTube world because I want to put myself out of my comfort zone, maybe put a little effort into being a more creative person, but especially I want to document this season of my life. If that sounds boring or I'm just too awkward for you to watch, then by all means click away, because ultimately this is going to be for myself. Also, I'm about to do something really cool, something I have always wanted to do, which is hike the Pacific Crest Trail. So I'm hoping this will be something like a video journal. And my hope is that I won't look back at this like I do every written journal entry I've ever done and cringe. So far, it's not going well. So let's go to the beginning. This whole season of my life started in 2020. I originally just wanted to lose weight. Of course, I think we all thought we were going to emerge from quarantine as like a brand new person. And after a bumpy road in the beginning, I did eventually end up losing weight, but I did not think that it would bring me to this headspace that I'm in now. I am going to do a video on weight loss and my diet culture like thoughts that I had in the beginning. I wanted to try something different this time around and have my weight loss come from a more sustainable place. So I just started by walking. I really liked it, so I began jogging with my dog a couple times a week. I would hike every so often. I bought a desk treadmill and I started walking while I was working. And I eventually started commuting to work by bike. I really enjoyed all these small changes, and I found that in general I was much happier. I felt like I was more alive. So then my question is, when was the last time that you felt alive? And that is like insanely cheesy, I know. But I think it is a valid question. I know for me, I can really get caught up in just going through the motions of everyday life. You wake up, commute to work, do the whole 9 to 5, commute back home, walk the dog, make dinner, and then you go to sleep. And then you get to wake up and do it all over again. Those types of days seem to just blur together, and I begin to feel like I'm not really living, at least not the life that I want. So I started to ask myself, what is it about these intentional changes that I'm doing that makes me feel better? I spent a lot of my 20s trying to figure out how to make myself happy. I would try to lose weight and fail because it was unsustainable. I struggled a lot with my mental health. I was kind of just a toxic person in general, but I have found a big solution to my equation, and that is just spending way more time outdoors and fulfilling some things that I've always wanted to do but never did for whatever reason. And I think maybe you can relate to this, even if my solution's not your solution. And I think we all sort of know that feeling. Some call it flow, others call it good vibes. Wannabe YouTubers call it being alive. They're so annoying. But it's that moment that feels so surreal. It almost feels otherworldly. It's that moment where nothing else really matters and time either speeds up or slows down. You feel exactly where you're supposed to be. When you look back at those memories, they just have that feeling. And I will link some videos that can talk about the psychology of flow a lot better than I am right now. But I think a lot of this is related to what you liked doing as a kid. A lot of us just stop doing what we did and loved as kids, and we just expect to stay the same and be happy. As a kid, I really liked being creative. I liked exploring outside. I loved riding horses, riding a bike, climbing trees, reading books. All of this among swimming, skating, fishing, holding bugs, lizards, snakes, generally just being really obsessed with animals. I liked using my dry sense of humor to make people laugh. But then we become adults, and most of us start this repetitive lifestyle with very little of these flow moments and a lot more of the going through the motions. And then I wonder why I have debilitating anxiety. So my intention has become to create a lot more of these flow moments and a lot less of these going through the motions. And I don't think there's anything wrong with those types of days, but the problems start when we don't balance it. So what I'm planning on doing is a lot more of what I love and learning some new things and just spending way more time outside. Also, another result of this is me being wildly uncomfortable making a YouTube channel. But that is what 2022 was really about for me. I changed a lot of things that I wasn't necessarily happy with in my life, especially things that I considered to be a total drag, like commuting. So I mixed something that I hate with something that I love, and I started bike commuting. And my life satisfaction went up. Crazy, right? But I really enjoyed this, so I decided I was going to commit to hiking once a week. And again, I'm feeling much better. So I think, hey, I've always wanted a paddleboard, so I went and bought 2 paddleboards. But I think you can see the pattern forming here. I started horseback riding again. I got like way too deep into my fantasy books. Really, I was just trying to do everything I could think of that helps me feel happy. And all of this led to some extremely positive changes in my life. So this channel will hopefully be a collection of me doing cool things. Cool things that make me feel good. I will hopefully be learning some new things and having some grand adventure. So join me or don't, root for me or don't. I have decided that I really don't care what anyone thinks because this is all for me. I really just want to be able to look back at this time of my life with clarity and be able to relive these adventures that I'm going to have, especially when I'm older and unable to keep on. Also, I'm sure I'll force all my kids and grandkids and friends at the senior center to watch this in the future. It's gonna be fun. I'm having a lot of fun just getting out of my comfort zone and filming and talking to a camera. All that being said, the main reason that I'm really forcing myself to do this is to document myself attempting to thru hike the Pacific Crest Trail in 2023. I actually have a permit, so it's probably gonna happen. And if you don't know what the PCT is, it is a continuous trail from the border of Mexico to the border of Canada. It goes through California, Oregon, and Washington, and it is 2,650-ish miles long. It typically takes people around 4.5 to 6 months to complete, so it's quite the adventure, especially considering I've only really backpacked once and it was interesting. Yeah, it got to like 10 degrees that night. So some details about the PCT for my family and friends who actually care about me. The trail has 5 sections: the desert, the Sierras, NorCal, Oregon, and Washington. Only about half of the people who get a PCT permit actually do the whole thing. And I know a lot of people, and especially ex-boyfriends and haters, are thinking, first of all, just how sad it is that I'm actually doing a YouTube channel. And second, that I probably won't even start. And you might be right. I don't know, place your bets. I do need to finish the trail in around 4.5 to 5 months just because of work reasons. And the differences in time obviously depends on how many miles a day you walk and how many zeros you take, if you get injured and have to take time off, things like that. I was planning on doing the trail with my best friend, but she is no longer able to go. Just kidding, it's fine, no hate. But don't tell my parents she's not coming. I am pretty nervous to do it alone, but my boyfriend will hopefully do some of it with me, and you know, friends can meet me. And I really hope to meet a lot of people on the trail. I have wanted to do this trail since I watched a documentary on it about 5 years ago. I think it was from Homemade Wanderlust. but it just looked like the ultimate adventure. And for some reason, I see myself as an adventurer, even though I don't think I am when it comes down to it. But I would really just like to gain some experience in backpacking, make some friends, and of course, memories that will last a lifetime. I also just want to experience the trail before there may not be a trail. I'm not trying to be depressing. I am hoping for the best, but considering the state of the world, you know, just in case it might be now or never. My plan is to do videos episodically like a lot of PCT hikers end up doing. So I will be sharing a lot of what the trail looks like, how miserable and dirty I am, trail life in general, and hopefully not accidentally document my death. If you have watched these types of videos, please let me know what you would like to see. I always find myself wanting more details like about towns, like how did you get there exactly and what did you do there? Like what do you wear when you do laundry? But I personally really enjoy watching episodes like this because it helps you feel like you're on the trail with everyone. Plus I think my mom would like some idea of what I'm doing each week. I also plan on doing videos about how I'm training, my weight loss so far, what I think I will want to eat on trail. I'm going to practice camping alone, which I'm very nervous for. And of course, my final gear and everything that I'm bringing with me. I am actually really excited for this and the future of this channel. But seriously, I had fun making this video and I can't wait to look back at it and at what I'm sure will be some really fond memories. I have backpacked through Europe a couple of times and Thailand once, and I really just regret not taking more pictures and documenting it. I think doing this channel is going to push me to achieve more goals. If anything, it's just going to help me dress better, because I seriously can't even look at Thailand pictures without being like, what was I wearing? It is kind of crazy how just this intention to lose weight has brought me to this place. It really just showed me what I want out of life. Well, that and being cooped up during tax season, like every day. It can just really give you some perspective. And as cheesy as it might sound, I just want to feel more alive.